2023. I want to thank all my lovely guests. I love y'all so much. I'm so proud of you. The beautiful Color Purple cast. The Color Purple is in theaters. Make sure y'all go see it on December 25th. I'm going to have my good popcorn there, and I'm going to be there with bells on. And you better be too. I love y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I love you. We're going to give you a purple goodbye.
Bye.
The Community Forum for in-depth discussions on the matters that matter to you. For the Record, Sunday morning at 10:30 on News 3 Now. Sponsored by MG&E.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I'm not infallible, but my makeup is.
New Infallible Matte Resistance Liquid Lipstick by L'Oreal Paris. Transfer resistant, lightweight feel, up to 16 hours long lasting.
It makes me feel infallible. You're worth it.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live at 4. It's Friday. It is Friday. Charlotte Deleste is with us. You made it to the end of the week.
Yes, we're here.
Mark is back on Monday, and here's what's making news today. A state Democratic lawmaker says her party had some wins at a legislative session dominated by Republicans.
The Israeli military mistakenly kills 3 Israeli hostages during its ground operation in the Gaza Strip.
And big national honors for a Badger volleyball senior. Let's take a look outside on this Friday afternoon. A little cloudy and dreary, but still on the mild side. This is fishing on the dam on the Rock River in Janesville. Look at that. Seize the day before it freezes up.
Right?
Doesn't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Oh, boy, right. All right, let's go to the backyard patio with meteorologist Alex Harrington for an update on our forecast. Hi, Alex.
Hey, hi, Charlotte. Hi, Susan. Yeah, no ice on any lakes or streams anytime soon here. It's mild out here in the patio. I barely even need the jacket, but I'm going to need the umbrella. Let's fast forward here. When can you expect to get wet over the weekend? Saturday, during the daytime, going on into Saturday evening, maybe even lasting into the very early portion of your Sunday. We're not talking snow here, folks. We're talking rain. Why? The temperatures are so warm. We're still at 45 in Madison, 48 right now in Verona. Just toasty for this time of year. 45 in Lone Rock, and our friends to the south in Janesville at 45 degrees as well. As we plan the rest of your Friday night going on into your Saturday, all we're going to do is lows around 38 degrees. That's why most of this rain, or most of the precipitation, is going to be in the form of rain, maybe a couple of wet snowflakes out there, folks. Thanks, Dean, for sending us this pretty weather photo. It's really easy to do. All you got to do is just load them up on the First Warn Weather app or channel3000.com. Coming up in Maine weather, we're going to track that weather system hour by hour, when we can expect a dip in the temperatures, and just how warm the temperatures are going to be as we head out towards Christmas. That's coming up.
All right, Alex, thank you. We begin today with breaking news. A jury has just awarded $148 million in damages to 2 former Georgia election workers who sued Rudy Giuliani.
The defamation suit claimed Giuliani spread about them in 2020 that upended their lives, with racist threats and harassment. Giuliani didn't appear to show any emotion as the verdict was read in Washington's federal courthouse after about 10 hours of deliberations.
Also breaking within the last half hour, the cause of death of Friends actor Matthew Perry has been released. The Los Angeles County coroner says autopsy results confirm Perry died from the acute effects of ketamine. The 54-year-old Perry died October 28th at 54 when he was found unresponsive in a jacuzzi at his home. Perry was on ketamine infusion therapy with his most recent treatment 1.5 weeks before his death.
It's been a busy year under the state Capitol dome, especially for one Madison lawmaker at the center of the budget process and reproductive health care.
State Senator Kelda Roys spoke with political reporter Will Keneally for this week's For the Record. Will?
Boy, I tell you, a busy year indeed. It's been a fun season for us here in politics as we sit down towards the end of the year with a lot of these political newsmakers for these year-end interviews. We sat down this week with Senator Kelda Roys. She sits on the powerful budget writing committee that passed a big budget bill earlier this year. But it's interesting from her perspective, Democrats are in the minority, so they don't get to set policy all that much. I asked her, though, whether there were any wins for her side of the aisle.
I think there were a few good things in the budget. We increased pay for our public defenders and our prosecutors, long overdue. You know, if you want to have public safety, it's really, really important to make sure that we have a well-functioning court system.
So we also talked at length about the UW funding deal that trades off hiring freezes in diversity, equity, and inclusion for important pay raises for university officials. You can see more from our interview this Sunday on For the Record at 10:30.
We will see you then, Will. Thank you. A misdemeanor arrest warrant has been issued for a Deerfield man charged with a hate crime after allegedly throwing rocks at a group of people who attended a vigil in support of Israel. A criminal complaint was filed in the case earlier this week, charging 21-year-old Ethan Hansen with one count of misdemeanor disorderly conduct. By adding the hate crime enhancer to the charge, the maximum potential fine is raised from $1,000 to $10,000, and the maximum potential jail time is raised from 90 days to 1 year. The Israeli military says it expresses deep remorse after 3 hostages were killed by what it called a friendly fire incident in Gaza. The Israeli Defense Forces say 3 hostages were mistakenly identified as a threat and killed during fighting in Gaza. The identities released do not include Americans who remain unaccounted for. The development comes as U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan visits the region, talking to leaders about the next phase of the war.
This fight against Hamas, a deeply entrenched terrorist group in Gaza, is going to take time, and it's going to happen in phases.
The Israeli defense minister told Sullivan the next phase of the war could be a long one, lasting more than several months. Sullivan also met today with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who lost control of Gaza when Hamas took over in 2007. The two discussed Gaza's future post-war, which still remains unclear. New evidence published in part from a UW-Madison PhD student shows just how sensitive the ice sheets are to environmental change and how that impacts our planet's sea levels.
Our Catherine Merck breaks down the scientific discoveries.
I spoke with Nick Sullivan, who is a 2022 UW-Madison PhD grad who led the analysis for his dissertation research. He's one of the people behind the study that found Antarctica's ice sheets grew and shrank more quickly at rates than we had previously thought. As scientists around the world continue to work to understand the factors that control ice sheet behavior as the planet continues to warm, this new study suggests Antarctica's ice sheets could change rapidly and in unexpected ways in the coming centuries if carbon dioxide levels and temperatures continue to rise due to greenhouse gas emission.
It could help inform future climate states and future changes in ice sheet behavior, or at the very least sort of form part of that broader context.
The grad told me the University of Wisconsin worked with the Public Research Institute in New Zealand as part of the research, a unique opportunity that not many universities in our country get the chance to be a part of. Joining me to talk about some of the impact of this is meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Yeah, the science behind snow and ice and its impacts on the climate and temperatures is pretty unique opportunity to explain. So if we can actually show Max 2 here in our 3x3 monitor, our Antarctic ice sheets, well, they're all white. And snow and ice, that color white, if you've ever been outside, Catherine, in the wintertime, you got to put the shades on because it's so bright, right? That snow and ice reflects some of those sun's rays right back out to space. So that actually helps to regulate temperatures. It helps to keep the climate cooler when some of that sun's energy goes back out to space. But with those volatile ice sheets, if they're melting, there's less snow and ice. And when you have less snow and ice, the surface of the Earth can absorb some of that heat from the sun. So that actually helps to warm up the temperatures. So those ice sheets, Antarctica and Arctica, are extremely important for our climate. And even locally here, we've been so warm, folks. Look at this, Catherine. There's no snow out there, right? And if we zoom out even further here, there's really no snow across the rest of the country. When you don't have the snow, the cold air that tries to come down from Canada can't really get here. It actually gets modified. So it's a system that kind of begets itself even locally here and in the United States, that without that cold air, without the snow and the ice, our temperatures can stay mild.
Okay, well, thank you for that context. We'll send it back over to Charlotte and Susan.
Former First Lady Melania Trump made a rare public appearance at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. The former First Lady was there to attend a naturalization ceremony for 25 new citizens from various nations. After they were sworn in, Mrs. Trump shared her long and personal immigration experience, from arriving to the U.S. from Slovenia in 1996 and finally becoming a citizen in 2006.
For me, reaching the milestone of American citizenship marked the sunrise of certainty. At that exact moment, I forever discarded the layer of burden connected with whether I would be able to live in the United States. Be proud of yourself, stand your ground, and embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. You are American.
The former First Lady did not mention her husband in her remarks, who's campaigning on a hardline immigration agenda.
The Badger volleyball team came up a little short last night in the NCAA Final Four tournament in Tampa, but that doesn't diminish an honor bestowed on senior Sarah Franklin. She was named today the American Volleyball Coaches Association National Player of the Year. She led the Badgers this season with 4 kills per set and reached double-digit kills in 29 matches this year. Congratulations. A great season. We're all tired today, staying up too late watching that, but it was an amazing season. The Badger men's basketball team has 1 game left in their non-conference schedule before they get back to Big Ten competition.
They beat Jacksonville State last night. Senior Tyler Wall scored Wisconsin's first 8 points. This is the 6th season for Wall. After graduating last year, there was a question whether he would return this year, but sophomore guard Connor Esigian told our sports director Zach Hanley during this week's taping of the Wisconsin Huddle that he is glad that Wall decided to play 1 more year.
For him to come back, it was a great decision. I'm glad he did, and he's kind of like the grandpa, the dad of the team, which is funny, but I mean, his mentality and his leadership is huge for us. His talk, his voice, his effort, you know, being a 5th year and being a guy that's played Wisconsin basketball for 5 years, you know, it's really a huge advantage for us.
You can hear more from Esigian on the Wisconsin Huddle tonight at 6:30. And if you would like to be a part of the Wisconsin Huddle, you can stop by the Mount Horeb Buck and Honey's location Monday nights at 7 o'clock.
The final Dane County Farmers Market of the year is tomorrow morning at Monona Terrace, and it's also the holiday market. An exciting gift this year is the Dane County Farmers Market Cookbook. Local foods, global flavors by well-known Wisconsin food writer Therese Allen. The cookbook was created to celebrate 50 years of America's largest producer-only farmers market. The wonderful variety of recipes comes from local chefs, market farmers and producers, and passionate home cooks who shop every week at the market.
Farmers are our local community members who are making food for us, and then we make that food even more delicious with these recipes. And then we all gather around a table to eat them together.
The cookbook is for sale at tomorrow's farmers market. At the holiday market, you'll find award-winning cheeses, meats, pears, and many kinds of vegetables, all grown and made right here in Wisconsin.
And the Janesville Jets hockey team delivered teddy bears to Mercy Health Hospital and Trauma Center, Janesville, today. The teddy bears were collected at the Jets teddy bear toss earlier in the month when fans brought them to the game and just threw them onto the ice. The teddy bears are being distributed to pediatric patients as well as adult dementia patients to provide comfort during hospital visits. Some last-minute advice on shipping those holiday packages is coming up.
Oh, I'm way behind, in big trouble. And she's just back from Dubai. Madison's Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway is in our green room. She's talking climate plans right after the break.
We often get asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices after an accident?
The answer is very simple, yes. We don't get paid until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to hire Gruber Law Offices. The call, the consultation, all free. You pay nothing until we win your case. It's just that simple. Call us today, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto, a medicine specifically designed for heart failure. Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, you can keep on doing what you love. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back, everyone. Not to panic you, but Christmas is just 10 days away.
So the time to ship your gifts is right now. About 82 million packages a day will be shipped during this month's peak. About 4 million of them will pass through the UPS Mega Hub in Louisville, Kentucky per day. The packages come in by truck and by plane, get sorted by zip code, and loaded into giant shipping containers for an airplane out of town, all in less than 4 hours.
It is a joy to take packages from A to B and get them underneath the Christmas tree at the right time, in the right place.
The cutoff for 3-day shipping is Tuesday, and next day shipping is Thursday. Christmas falls on a Monday this year.
Wall Street extended its rally to a 7th winning week. The Dow Industrials gained almost 57 points, while the NASDAQ Composite gained 52. The S&P was off just a fraction. Well, climate change has been a big focus of Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway's administration.
She recently traveled to Dubai to attend the 28th annual Conference of the Parties negotiations on climate commitment, also known as COP28.
Mayors and leaders from cities worldwide spoke about the support needed to implement their climate plans, and Mayor Rhodes-Conway is with us this afternoon to share more about the experience. Hi, Mayor, good to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
What a trip.
Yes, it was quite a trip.
12-hour flight?
Yes.
It's interesting because climate change, I think, sometimes to people feels like something that's far away, especially when you're dealing with a lot of pressing local issues. Why did you think this was something that was important enough to make the trip all the way to Dubai to attend?
Well, you know, climate is something that is happening to us right now, and the impacts of climate pollution are being felt every day in our community in increased floods, bigger rainstorms. The fact that you just did a forecast that is showing rain instead of snow, that's climate change happening before our eyes. So it's exacerbating the problems that our community experiences every day. And I feel like it's incumbent on all of us, but particularly local governments, to take action.
So you're going all the way to Dubai, and you're thinking it's being a bunch of nations, but we're talking about cities.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
How does this happen?
So the nations make these big commitments to reduce their climate pollution. They're not going to be able to achieve any of that without cities also taking action. And so we wanted to be there to make sure that everybody understands how critical cities are in reducing climate pollution, and that the nations understand that they have to get resources to the cities to do that work.
Right. How does our city compare to other cities our size in the country? What kinds of things did you learn at the conference?
I feel like we are doing pretty well compared to other cities, both in the country and around the world. We have taken significant action on our fleet. We just got our 100th EV. We're working on our own buildings, and we're trying to support buildings out in the community to be more sustainable. I did learn a lot, though, from other mayors that I was able to talk with there. Just for example, Freetown, Sierra Leone is doing fantastic work on tree planting, something that I'd like us to do more of, and hopefully we can learn from them.
What fired you up about being there?
I think the thing that was the most inspiring for me was to be with other mayors, and there was about 30 other mayors from the U.S. and I would say hundreds of mayors from around the world, and to see how seriously we're all taking the issue of climate pollution and how much we want to work together and learn from each other.
Because all of the issues that most mayors are facing, crime in communities, how do you pay your bills, all of those things, people don't realize that climate change, it's all interconnected.
That's right.
It affects everything.
That's right.
At the local level.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where the rubber meets the road.
Right.
Right? We're the ones that have to deal with all the impacts. And so we're motivated to find the solutions and to act on them.
So besides potentially planting more trees, how many other ideas did you come up with? Or at least maybe you might like, oh, you know, I'm going to borrow a little bit from here and there and make it our own.
You know, mayors, we're always looking for good ideas. And so, yes, I had a lot of fun talking to other mayors and taking notes on what they're doing. You know, there's a lot, I think, that we can do in the space of buildings and the built environment. Unfortunately, we're really constrained by our legislature here in Wisconsin, but I'm hoping we can still learn from what other cities are doing and at least ask the private sector to do a better job of creating sustainable buildings.
Did you get any downtime at all? Were you able to see Dubai and explore a little bit?
Only a little bit. I will tell you that every day on our way to the COP location, we actually took their train, their subway system, and it was about a 50-minute ride, actually, on the train, which is not because the train was slow, because it was so far away from where we were staying. But it was great to see their public transit system in action, and we did get to see a bunch of the city, you know, on the way.
Oh, a feast for the eyes. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being here today.
No, thanks for having me
Good to see you. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to both of you as well.